Hello, Internet. Thank you so much for joining me in my Saturday leg workout. I did it a little bit differently today, or just sort of did some different things. So I'll give a little bit of a summary of what I did today, and then I'll get into some of my thoughts about, I guess, leg days and my gym and gym equipment moving forward and stuff like that. Basically, I'm extremely indecisive, but if you've watched me for more than 5 minutes, you probably could already tell that. Anyway, so as you can see here, obviously, first and foremost, I am starting with something different. I'm doing wedge straight bar back squats. I just wanted to see how it felt. I don't like using heeled shoes. That never felt good for me. And I have a different set of black wedges, but it's separated, and those kind of always bothered me. But I also have this purple wedge. It was very cheap. It's not as much of a wedge as the black one that I have, and honestly, this shockingly felt amazing for me. I've never had an experience like this with heeled shoes or my other wedges or anything like that. I don't know why it felt so good. I do wish that the wedge itself was a little bit better quality, like I don't know, slippage wise or whatever. Like, I'm gonna see if I can find a better quality wedge, but I basically want it to be exactly this height, maybe with a bit more room there. You can see it's not super wide, so similar height, a bit more wide, and just a little bit better tread or what have you. I don't know if this exists, but I want to find something like that. But either way, this just so shockingly felt really, really good for me. So I worked up to 145 pounds for my very last set. Again, all the reps, I'm not unhappy with any of the reps that I did. I felt it in my legs, not my back, so all in all, I'm going to keep it. I just wish that I had a little bit of a sturdier, more trustworthy wedge. But anyway, then secondary, I moved on to my belt squat. So usually I start with my belt squat, and that's kind of the bread and butter of my leg sessions. And while that has been great thus far, it obviously does, well, I won't say obviously because then I sound arrogant. It has for me been effective. The thing is though, is that it's a lot more glute thigh than it is overall legs, quads, that kind of thing, because of the stance that I do, the stance that I enjoy the best there, the one that feels the most natural, comfortable, the one that I'm going to consistently keep using is definitely more like adductors, abductors, and glutes than it is quads. So this obviously is then more quads. So I like that I've added this, and we'll keep doing both. And what else? Oh yeah, then after, and I do like the idea of my belt squat being a secondary movement. I was going to say, because then I don't feel this insane pressure to keep going heavier and heavier. But with that said, I worked up to 225 today for my belt squat, which thankfully I was able to do since I purchased more plates. As I said in my previous leg day video, I was kind of running out of small diameter plates to put on my belt squat, which I prefer to use on the belt squat. And so my extra 10-pound plates came. So instead of having to use my fractional plates, I just used regular plates and bumped it up to 225 for my last set. 225 times 6. I thought I was going to explode with the last rep, but whatever. It's a very safe failure kind of thing. So that went well. And then I also did a drop set. After my 225, I did a drop set of 170 pounds for a set of 20. And then I did my belt squat, Bulgarian split squats. Hard to get that out. Those also felt better than normal because, again, as I've talked about a couple times, shooty pain going out up along the kind of outer quad of my left leg. And it really does distract from the pleasure of my leg workout torture. And so I'm always kind of trying to tinker around with where, if I turn my toes this way, if I put my leg like this like this, just to see if there's ways that I can make it so that it is not doing this shooty pinchy thing. And sometimes I honestly just think it's luck of the draw. And today I was able to do every single rep without having the shooty pinchy pain, and I just felt like this is magic. This leg is now feeling like my right leg. I couldn't even imagine how wonderful it would be if I could always do my leg days without the shooty pain, without the pinchy thing, because then I think my leg days just overall would feel so much more in the zone, like my other workouts. My shoulder days and my back days, I get lost in them. My leg days, I never get lost in them because I'm so busy worrying about the shooty thing. Shooty pain, whatever. I hope YouTube doesn't flag this as talking about shooting. Anyways, you never know. What else? Okay, then I did just regular RDLs. Worked up to 155 for my last set, which is lighter than I was doing, but I took a break from them, so kind of starting back a little bit over, and they felt good. And then I just did some Kegel. I wasn't trying to say Kegel. Cable, glute, side ass, whatever's. Finished off, not pictured here, with my seated calf raise. This was fantastic. This workout was fantastic. And so as I get into my commentary a little bit, I have this complex where it's like, I never feel like leg day is hard enough. I never feel like it's good enough. And I guess this goes back to what I was just saying, because I think I don't get in the zone of just working as hard as I possibly can because of the shooty thing going on my left side. And it's almost like, I wouldn't say that it's not every workout, it's not every exercise, but it's so common that I'm shocked when it doesn't happen, as obviously as I'm saying today. And so that's why I feel like it's just like I'm constantly searching for some kind of magic leg day exercise that has the addictive feel that I want it to have. Like I'm craving an addictive feeling leg movement. And when I say addictive, I don't know, there's just certain movements on other days that just, again, I get so lost in them because they are addictive, whether it's especially like for back days, like lat pull downs or whatever with a twist where I really have a great mind muscle connection, when pull-ups are feeling really good, even like on shoulder days, a superset where I just really notice the pump and like my arms don't look crooked as hell like they sometimes do, and I just feel like my delts are really pumped and full or whatever, and I get lost in it, I get addictive, and that kind of thing. Like that happens consistently with my back days and my shoulder days. With leg days, it's always about, oh my gosh, I hope this shooty pinchy thing doesn't happen. And so when I made that poll about what new piece of equipment should I purchase for my gym, obviously it's exciting times working for Bells of Steel. What should I buy? I'm trying to make room in my gym. I'm trying to budget and plan for the future and figure out when I can buy this versus when I can buy this, and strategizing in that way. And in my head, it's because like I'm searching for something that will make leg day feel hard enough. I want it to be hard enough, because when you watch those videos of different influencers, John Meadows, Dana Lynn Bailey, any of those people, you're just like, God, they're working so much harder than me, and I don't know how to do that for leg days. I can do that for my other workouts. I know that it's like safely, easily, I'm doing my back exercises till I can't do them anymore, or until I no longer feel the muscle itself working. And it's so much easier for those days because, for one, if you do pick single arm movements for those things, you don't have to worry about balance in any way. And for two, there's just a lot of different options for safe to failure training, where the muscle seems like it's locked and loaded and it's doing exactly what it needs to do. With leg day, to me, it's always been a little bit harder, especially when I was doing a lot more compound barbell back squat kind of things, where I just felt, well, again, I mean, it is an overall, it's a full body thing. When you're doing squats, everything comes into play. But when other things are fatiguing, like your upper body or whatever it may be, or your core, or whatever, you're starting to have too much tipping forward, your hip shooty up, all this kind of stuff. And then it's not about so much about the legs being absolutely destroyed. It's just about trying to like maintain the form because the other things are failing. And so I feel like I've been on this quest for the perfect leg day movement or the perfect leg day for a really, really long time, constantly feeling dissatisfied, sometimes having some really good sessions, and then I feel at peace for a while, and then I get out of that mode where I don't feel at peace anymore, and then it's like, oh, what can I buy? What can I buy that will magically solve this OCD related problem? And so I posed a question about what machine should I buy from Bells of Steel? What should I get next? And so going into this workout, because I can't make this decision and I am having a hard time kind of strategizing, budgeting what I want to get and how I'm going to organize it, I thought I had to prove to myself that I can have a killer leg workout with everything that I have here. I mean, take a moment, for God's sake, girl, and be grateful, because your home gym is so awesome that, of course, you have enough stuff to have the greatest leg workout ever. No, it's not a fully equipped gym. No, I don't have a ton of different machines like you would there. But a lot of those times, those machines at the gyms didn't work out all that well for me anyways. Lots of times, hack squat leg presses, I was too short for them. My leg extension just attached to my bench works better for me than the ones at the gym. So it's like, I don't know, grass is always greener. You're just always searching and never satisfied, which I know is probably a common trend for those of us that lift like this anyway. We're never satisfied. Like, what does bro science say? Like, the second you start lifting is the day you become forever small, right? I mean, obviously, I have that mentality. It just seems to be limited to leg day. I am never satisfied with my leg development. I'm never satisfied with the workout. And today, I will, dare I say, I was satisfied. It was really freaking hard. It was very, very hard. I definitely feel like the last rep of every belt squat set made my head feel like it was going to explode. I definitely felt like my split squats as well. Just felt like, oh my God, I don't know how to make it through. And I've been longing for that. And I was really, really happy that I found that, and that I found that with the equipment that I already have, because it helps better make the decision of what really is urgent here, what really is the priority here. And it makes me, I guess, a bit more patient with planning for when to spend the money and when not to, and when to hold off, because right now my staff discount at Bells of Steel doesn't kick in until my probation is done, understandably. My probation doesn't end until the beginning of June. And so I certainly don't want to buy any of their bigger items right now, when I could get a really awesome discount in just a few months, and could certainly maybe splurge on some of the smaller things. But it helps make the decision knowing that, with just a little bit of tinkering and being brave experimenting, I was feeling a little bit brave doing the wedge squats, because I've had a lot of struggles with squats. They don't go my way. And so just kind of trying to get out of my shell. And I mean, obviously, as I said, it worked out well. So I mean, it will help plan going forward. Like I said, I have a lot of things that I want to upgrade and change, and upgrade my, my squat rack so that I can have their squat rack and get their attachments and this kind of thing. But I am sort of leaning a little bit more towards the hack squat leg press. But again, I haven't felt that one. I did use the pandemonium squat, pendulum squat when I was there. So I know how that one feels. I would like to, next time I go down, probably be in April, I would like to see if I can squeeze in a few reps or sets of the hack squat leg press to fully make that decision. Because then maybe now I know how a squat rack feels. I know what their squat racks are like. I know this customizable. So it's not like I have to test that out. But for the big machine purchase, maybe hold off, maybe do that one when I have the discount and I've had time to tinker with it, use it physically there. The legacy leg extension, leg curl, I do think that's also something that I want to have to upgrade my leg extension, because it's very, very good for different adjustments. There's a lot of different adjustments for a variety of heights. And so I do think it will feel nicer than the leg extension I have attached to my bench. But again, these are like future things. It's not urgent at this point, where because I was feeling so dissatisfied with leg day, everything was feeling urgent. Like, I don't care if I use my gym savings, I have to get something to fix leg day. And now, thankfully, because of this session, I don't necessarily feel that way. So just going over some things, changing how I feel going forward, and trying to make rational decisions instead of ones that are just based off, anxiety, which is common. Anyways, thanks everybody. Bye.